Okay, I'm getting ready to can some white beans. I brought them to a boil, boiled them a couple of minutes, and then let them soak for 2 hours. Now, I'm straining them. As soon as I get them all strained, I'll put fresh water in them and bring them to a boil again and boil them for 30 minutes. Okay, I got the beans all strained. Put them in a new pot, covered them with fresh water, bring it to a boil, boil it for 30 minutes. And then I'll move on to the next step, and that is putting them in jars. And I'm going to start with quart jars. And can them. I think I can get 7 in this yellow canner. And I spent some time today working on it, getting it where it would work right. Because it was just leaking steam out around the edge. But now I've got the gasket in there good, and everything is working fine. Okay, I thought some of y'all might like to see this. I love this color. I got this canner from a friend in another town, and she had it for sale for $8. So I told her I wanted it, and all I had to do was get the 3-piece weight set. Got the other ring right over here that goes on it. That would be 15-pound weight with all of it together. But at my elevation, I only need 10 pounds. So I use the core of it and 1 ring, and that gives me 10 pounds weight. I noticed today when I was testing it that the thing when it was rocking, when the weight was rocking at 10 pounds, this was showing around 13 or 14 on the gauge, so I know the gauge isn't right. So I won't be depending on that at all. I'll just use the weight. Now, I bought the weight set to go on here. I bought this little gizmo that when the pressure gets up, that little button comes up. The other one was a little bit stiff. Okay, the only other thing I had to do was get a new gasket to put on here. Now I'll tell you, the old gasket was really brittle and dry and practically cooked in there. And we did a lot of scraping and stuff to get that old one out. And because I tried this new gasket the other day and it never would reach pressure, it kept leaking. So we scraped it some more inside that little groove, right around there. Kind of see the edge of the groove right here. Anyway, scraped it out really good, and today I worked on getting this gasket in there. Now, the canner was $8 to refurbish it with the new gasket, and this overpressure and the weight was less than $20. So I got this 16-quart Presto canner from the 70s, I guess, for $28, under $30, which is a whole lot less than what you'd give for a new canner. And this one is very, very heavy, thicker on the lid and everything than the new canners are. So I'm really going to enjoy using this. Okay, I'm putting beans in the jars. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I've got my jars preheated. Put my funnel in. Put the beans in the jars. I'm going to put them up to, I don't know, 2/3 of the way full, maybe a little more. And then I'll put the liquid to 1-inch headspace. I'm going to get a teaspoon of salt in there. notes talking to us. Okay. I'm going to work the air bubbles out. See, I have the liquid up to 1-inch headspace, which is right about there. Wipe the rim with a damp paper towel. Get a lid. And a ring. I always keep my lids and rings hot so that everything is the same going in. Put it into the canner. I've got a fire under it, so it's already warming up. Anyway, I've got 3 in there. There's 4 more to do. Okay, there's 7 quarts of Great Northern beans in the canner. I'm fixing to put the lid on and get it started. Okay, we were waiting on the steady stream of steam to come out of here, and it's doing it. You probably can't see it on the camera. But then set the timer for 10 minutes, and when 10 minutes comes along, then I'll put this weight on it, and I'll bring it up to 10 pounds pressure. Okay, we made it up to pressure. This is rocking the way it's supposed to be. It's slow and steady. I could probably turn it down a little bit so that it's starting to speed up a little. And the pressure on the gauge is showing about close to 12. So I know that the gauge isn't right. I forgot to mention that this quarts of beans can for 90 minutes, which is exactly the same as quarts of meat. And I'll put a link to the USDA page that has how to can dry beans. That way you can go and look at it and do some for yourself. Okay, finally got all my beans done. I don't know, I just pulled them out of the canner. I don't know if you can see it's still boiling. And that's usually a pretty good sign when they're boiling. When they come out of the canner, they nearly always will be 100% sealed. So I've got 7 jars of the Great Northern beans, and these will probably, by tomorrow night when they're cool, the beans will probably swell a little bit more in them and fill them up a little more. So there we go. That's the end.